Everything in Dublin.
Everything Dublin's expensive.
It is. I was just there. I just went to Dublin for the first time, and although it's a beautiful city, I was shocked at how high the cost of living is.
Insane.
Yeah.
Going out for a meal, insane.
Yeah.
Price of wine, nuts. I'm like, what?
It's in the top 10% of the most expensive cities in the world and one of the most expensive cities in Europe. So in this video, we'll take a closer look at the cost of living in Dublin today and give you an idea of what to expect if you're planning on visiting or living there, with a summary of taxes and healthcare costs at the end. In recent years, Dublin has become the most popular destination in the world for foreign direct investment. That has resulted in an influx of expats from around the world moving specifically to Dublin, which is now home of nearly half the population in the Republic of Ireland. Today, Dublin is known as one of the most livable cities in Europe, with a diverse culture full of museums, art galleries, theaters, music venues, as well as a super strong economy. But with so many people and companies moving there, prices are going up, especially housing prices. Housing is one of the biggest problems the city faces, with local citizens ranking it as the #1 thing they want the government to fix. How do you guys afford housing here as students? Do they give you Yeah.
Parents chip in.
Yeah, it's hugely expensive. I think compared, it's probably something like 4 times what Belfast is.
Oh yeah. If you go to Dublin, housing will be your biggest expense. It's a cost that's been steadily going up over the past few years, and it's expected to stay that way for the foreseeable future. In Dublin, your rent can easily be higher than your mortgage, and for this reason, many locals decide to live 30 minutes to an hour away from the city, just to save money on housing. The average rent for a studio in the city center is from $800 to $1,250 per month, and a one-bedroom in a central location is around $1,500 per month and up. But if you rent fully furnished or short-term, the price could be twice as much. For a family, a 2 or 3 bedroom apartment can cost up to €3,000 per month or more. If you're looking to rent in Dublin, the most popular websites to find housing are daft.ie, rent.ie, and property.ie. Now, if you're looking to buy a house, be prepared to pay around €300,000 to €400,000 for a 1 to 2 bedroom apartment, or €500,000 to €700,000 for a 3 bedroom property in a central area. But remember that prices in Dublin City can be twice the price of buying something out in the Irish countryside. So if you work remotely or you work from home, then you can save a lot of money if you move outside of the city center. Do you rent or own?
We own.
Okay.
So the property prices they're very expensive, but compared to London, they're manageable.
Right. Another way to save money is to rent a bedroom in a shared flat or house, so that way you can share utilities too. You can rent a furnished bedroom long-term from $350 to $1,500 per month, but short-term rentals on a weekly or monthly basis will be more expensive. In the last year, the price of rent in Ireland has increased by 10.7%. But Irish citizens aren't the only ones struggling to pay the bills, as the cost of living crisis has affected people worldwide. One study revealed that more than half of Americans making 6 figures are currently living paycheck to paycheck, all while the people at the top continue to get richer. The top 10% of the global population owns 76% of the wealth in the world and takes in 52% of all income. Many people at the top invest their wealth in art, which can be a lucrative part of a diversified portfolio. Over the last 25 plus years, contemporary art has outperformed assets like real estate, gold, and the S&P 500, even during times of high inflation. But with Masterworks.com, the art investing platform, you can get access to the same types of assets without needing millions. Masterworks makes it easy to invest in paintings from legends like Banksy and Picasso. They've also delivered results, paying out over $22 million last year to users like you. There's currently a waiting list to join Masterworks as paintings can sell out in minutes, but I'm giving you guys priority access right now to skip the line. Just click the link below this video. Once you have a place to live, let's talk monthly expenses. Overall, the cost of internet in Dublin is similar to other major cities in Europe. Prices vary depending on the provider and the speed that you choose, but you're looking at around €35 per month, so it's pretty affordable. But before choosing a plan, make sure to shop around because many companies will offer discounts or special promotions to new customers. I found that the Wi-Fi speeds in general were super slow, but you can find fiber optic connections in most urban areas. The cost of a cell phone plan is also pretty similar to other cities in Europe at around €30 to €40 per month. You can also save money by getting a prepaid SIM card and paying as you go. Providers like Vodafone, 3 Ireland, and Leica Mobile offer prepaid plans of around €20 to €30 per month for 10 or more gigs of data with unlimited calls included. Electricity in Dublin is pretty expensive. The average monthly bill for a local household is around €175 per month, but some estimates come out to €3,625 per year, or about $300 per month for your electricity and gas together. However, this can vary depending on different factors like the size of your home and your monthly consumption. The pay-as-you-go rate with Electric Ireland is 43.27 cents per kilowatt hour. The good news is you don't have to pay extra for water in Ireland unless you exceed your annual household allowance. That is 213,000 liters per year. If you go over that, Irish Water charges €1.85 per 1,000 liters with a maximum annual fee of €500. Dublin also has a pretty good public transportation system, including buses, trains, and trams. The cost of a single bus or train ticket is about €3, and a monthly pass costs between €100 and €150, depending on how many types of transportation you plan to use. If you're just visiting Dublin, make sure to get a Leap card, which is free, and then you can add credit and pay per ride, or you can get a day pass for €8 or a weekly pass for €32. I found taxis to be super pricey, however, with a base fare of €4.50 and more if you use an app and if there's no availability. I once paid €35 for a ride through Dublin at night, but a short ride with no traffic can easily cost €15 to €20. If you're planning on owning a car in Dublin, be prepared to pay a lot for insurance, gas, and parking. The price of gas in Ireland is higher than other European countries such as Spain and Portugal. It's currently at €1.50 per liter, which comes out to nearly $6 per gallon. You can find a used car in Ireland for €5,000 to €15,000, but taxes, registration fees, and insurance can add thousands of dollars to the cost of buying a car there. Insurance will run you around €600 to €800 per year, and parking is €2 to €4 per hour or €25 per day. Fortunately, I found shopping at grocery stores in Dublin to be the most affordable part of my trip. The cheapest stores are Tesco, Lidl, and Aldi, but food prices in Dublin can vary depending on where you shop and what you buy. The average cost of groceries for a single person in Dublin is €200 to €250 per month, or €750 or €800 for a family. Eating out is another story, though. I found the prices to be comparable to eating out in the United States. Your morning cup of coffee is about the same as a Starbucks in the US as well, at €3 to €4 for a cappuccino, and I paid between €8 and €15 for a breakfast out, €10 to €20 for lunch, and €25 to €50 per dinner. A 3-course meal for 2 with drinks can easily cost €80 or more than a week's worth of groceries if you cook at home. Dublin also has a vibrant nightlife scene with plenty of bars, clubs, and live music venues. A pint of beer in a pub will cost you, however, around €5 or €6, but you can find it for €3 or €4 per pint outside of the city. But a fancy cocktail there can cost up to €12 or €15. Ouch. If you're looking for something cultural to do, a ticket to the cinema costs around €12, while a ticket to a theater production can cost around €20 up to €50. Fortunately, entry to some museums and galleries is free. Now let's talk taxes. In Ireland, individual income tax is calculated on a progressive tax system, meaning that the more you earn, the higher you pay. As of 2022, the standard rate of income tax in Ireland is 20% on the first €35,300 of taxable income, and the higher rate of income tax is 40% on all income above that amount. There's also a universal social charge that's levied on all income earned in Ireland. It ranges from 0.5% to 8% depending on income levels. For corporations, the standard corporate tax rate in Ireland is 12.5%, which is one of the lowest in Europe and one of the reasons that so many international companies move there in the first place. Of course, rates change over time, so always consult with a tax professional or with the Irish Revenue Commission for the most up-to-date information on taxes in Ireland. If you're moving as a family, the average cost of living for a family of 4 in Dublin is around €4,400 per month. Pretty high for the average wages in Europe, while the average cost of living for an individual is around $1,300 per month. But as we mentioned at the beginning of this video, your rent can easily exceed that amount. Housing is the biggest expense for families or individuals in Dublin, but if you're a family, you will have some extra expenses. Childcare in Dublin is around €50 per child per day, or €5 to €10 per hour for a babysitter, which I've heard is surprisingly hard to find. Fortunately, public schools are free, but tuition in private schools can be expensive, ranging from €5,000 to €25,000 per year or more. Primary schools may charge less than secondary schools, while boarding schools are going to be the most expensive. For residents and citizens of Ireland, the country has a government-funded healthcare system, but for locals and foreigners alike, private options are also available. Most medical services provided by the public healthcare system are free of charge, including maternity and infant care services, although some things such as dental and vision may require an extra fee. Prescription medications are also usually at an extra cost, depending on the drug and your eligibility for a medical card. Private healthcare is available in Dublin through private medical insurance or paying out of pocket. A private insurance plan can cost from €500 to €2,000 per year, depending on your coverage. And if you pay out of pocket, a doctor's appointment could cost you around €50 or €60. A visit to the emergency room at Blackrock Clinic in Dublin is €225, capped at €650, and a standard X-ray or ultrasound is between €130 to €230. A dental cleaning in town with X-rays can be from €40 to €100. If you're a foreigner in Ireland living there long term, remember that you may be required to purchase a private health insurance plan as a condition of your visa or residency permit. Someone also asked me in an email if Dublin makes a good retirement destination, and I would say it depends. If you're looking for a walkable city with a high quality of life and you have a flexible budget, sure, it could be, but not if you're looking for a cheap place to live on a fixed income. Other parts of Ireland are more affordable than Dublin, however, but the cloudy, rainy, and cold weather is also something to take into consideration. Overall, the cost of living in Dublin has increased a lot over the past 10 years, especially in the areas of housing and healthcare. So yeah, the cost of Dublin is high, especially when it comes to housing. However, the city is still a great place to live or visit, with plenty of opportunities for entertainment and cultural experiences. If you're planning on moving to Dublin, it's important to budget carefully and be prepared to pay a premium to live there. I hope you found this video helpful and you can compare the cost of living in Dublin with Portugal and Spain in these videos here.